stick here with the Nets because Tracy McGrady, the Hall of Famer, was, terrific player. We both covered him. He went on Club Shay Shay, Shannon Sharp's podcast, and he said this about Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving.
KD, Kyrie, are they the most skilled pair of teammates that we've ever seen?
Without a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt. I haven't seen a pair, a duo that skilled, Mike and Pip. There's no other dynamic duo that compares to KD and Kyrie. I mean, even if you look at what LeBron and D Wade was, skill-wise, they're still not touching them two boys.
It's interesting, Rob, because skills is somewhat subjective. And I think that Tracy and most people, they're thinking of ball handling. And I've said it, I think Kyrie is the greatest ball handler in the history of the NBA. And I think a lot of people, if not most, Rob, will give him that. And I think they're talking about handle and shooting. I don't think they're incorporating a big skill to me, which is passing. Because I think that's where they both are good passers, they're not exceptional passers. And I think a big part of this too, Rob, a big part of this argument is KD's height. Like KD is incredibly skilled, right? Great shooter. Great handle,
big man to be able to handle the ball. Yeah, no, I
but if he was 6'8", right? If he was 6'8", we wouldn't be, and he did the same thing, we wouldn't be saying he's so skilled. He'd be skilled. You know what I mean? Like Kawhi Leonard.
For a guy that height.
Yes.
And that build, Chris, too, and what he's able to do. I do think that is part of it because most big guys just can't do what he's able to do.
Yes, no doubt. But I'm just saying, when T-Mac was talking about it, it wasn't for KD's size. You know what I mean? It was just two skilled guys. And KD is not, I wouldn't say he's one of the most skilled players to ever play, like top handful of skilled players to ever play the game. But I would say it if you're talking about, he's the most skilled 7-footer. I would say that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, but so I just think you're taking height into it a lot. I think there's an argument for Steph and KD. I mean, Kyrie obviously has him on the handle, but Steph's got a great handle. Steph's got Kyrie on the shooting, but Kyrie's a great shooter too.
And finisher.
Both are good finishers, but I go with Kyrie, give him the edge. And passing, I think Steph's a better passer, but both of them are kind of different types of point guards.
Does Steph get any demerits, Chris? And I'm just, he's made some terrible turnovers in big moments, and I don't know if it's sloppy with the ball, too cute. Did that take away from him? I'm asking you as somebody who watched Steph.
I think he does get, whether it's big moments or just period, I think sometimes he gets too cute with the ball.
Too cute, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think and his handle, while great, is not as sure. Like, the thing about Kyrie's handle is it's so sure. You know what I mean? Like, you're not taking it from him. And it's just,
right.
Like I said, it's the best handle I've ever seen in the pros. I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, yeah, they're certainly more skilled than LeBron and Wade. Those two weren't great shooters.
Even LeBron
right?
agreed with this. I don't even think, LeBron couldn't even push back. Seriously.
No. Because they couldn't shoot.
He's the one who told everybody
shooters.
He was the greatest of all time. But he couldn't even go, I don't think they are. He signed off on it.
Jordan and Pippen. Jordan obviously was incredibly skilled. Shoot, the mid-range shot, obviously the finish. Had a good handle, not like Kyrie, but had, a very good handle, was a good passer. But Pippen was skilled, but he wasn't a great shooter. So I wouldn't, but Scottie could pass. See, I just think, Rob, this is a tough topic because what are you limiting skills to? You know what I mean?
Right. What are you saying? And are you giving Durant, as you brought up earlier, extra credit?
You are. Yeah.
Yeah, because of
Is
his
he
height.
more skilled than Kawhi? If you just take out height, like if you just compare actual skills, Kawhi's a great mid-range shooter.
No, he is. But Durant can shoot from anywhere, and I know Kawhi. I don't know, Chris. Like if you ask me,
but it's close. It's just, I mean,
close.
it's just close. That's what we say.
If you ask me if I had to take one of those two, it's Durant.
That's a tough Durant. Well, they've both been hurt a lot, right?
Right.
I think Durant is better. Like, yeah, if I had, I would take
if
Durant.
You had to.
But
now that's we're
Kawhi
cutting
has
hairs.
shown,
Am I right? I mean, like it ain't.
He has shown he can lead team. He led Toronto to a championship.
Right.
You know, he showed he could do it, and KD really hasn't. He's been the best player, but he hadn't really had his own team on the championship. But so if you looked at that, then you go Kawhi, Paul George. You know, you know who else, Rob, I think, and he wasn't quite as tall as KD. Better passer, at least as good of a shooter, at least. Didn't handle it like KD. Larry Bird. I put his skills up there with not handle, but better passer if we're going to count
also,
passing.
I think Larry Bird gets hurt, and this is just, it had nothing to do with his ability, but it just didn't look graceful. You know, like right. I don't know. It just didn't look.
He wasn't an athletic, graceful player.
He wasn't graceful, Chris.
It didn't look ugly.
He got the job done.
Right,
No. It wasn't like, oh, who's this hack throwing up balls and they going in. But when I look at other players, I just never looked at him that way. He got the job done. And I always say, and you know this because did you cover Bird or no? You missed Bird.
No.
Yeah. But, Chris, I got to watch those guys. I got to watch Bird and Magic and Michael and, the Bad Boy Pistons. I was fortunate. I mean, and to watch those guys in their primes. And that's when we all came down from the nosebleed press boxes
we
down
used
to the
sit.
floor. Yeah. Then they moved
See,
us
when
down.
I started, I didn't even know they used to be in the nosebleeds.
Oh, yeah, we used to be
When
upstairs.
I started covering the league, we were right there on the floor.
David Stern
now
did
they've
that.
moved us up.
Yeah,
Okay.
they've gone back.
Right.
But David Stern moved the writers, Chris, down, and I give him credit for that. He wanted us to hear the game and write about, like you can't.
That was great, right?
Yeah, it was a great idea that we could write about them, what the players are talking about, situations. You had a better feel for the game. I had the best seat in the house most nights.
Absolutely.
In the NBA.
Absolutely. And I think also, Rob, when we're talking about skilled players, Detroit, Isaiah Thomas. I mean, he's in the conversation for the most skilled player. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, Zeke? Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, at that time, he was probably the best ball handler. He did, now you give it to Kyrie. Pistol Pete was skilled. But as a duo, and if you want to go a big and a small, it's hard to beat these two. It's hard to beat Kyrie and KD. But